All right, recorder's running. So what I'm doing here is Ed has been approached by a couple of traders for me to do a video to share my take on a 3/8 trap. So that's what we're going to do right here, okay? We're going to do my take on a 3/8 trap because everybody's take's a little bit different. So here's what I've got going on. And I'm going to start it with this wolf because we just brought this wolf up, and I think that's a gorgeous 3/8 trap right here, and just a gorgeous chart. So let's take a look here. All right, number one, let's do this. When I'm looking at a 3/8 trap, I am focusing on the 3 EMA high. Okay, that's one thing I want to make clear here. When I'm scanning, I'm looking for the high. Not everybody does that. I really don't know what percentage, but I know that a lot of folks just use the last price, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not against that, not at all. The reason I use high is I want to cast a bigger net in the 3/8 trap. You know, it's like casting a net going out and fishing. When I cast a net, I don't want to cast one of those little minnow nets. I want to cast a net that's going to catch some fish, which all it's going to do is give you more choices. That's all it will do. But I want that, okay? Because when it comes down to the trade, I want to make the choice on the chart. I don't want anything making a choice for me. I do want it to gather charts. So that's what I've got going on here. We'll look at 3 or 4 charts and explain a little bit more here. So anyway, when I'm looking at a 3/8 trap, it's super simple. It is just not complicated. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated. I want a trend. Priority 1. I want a trend. And in that trend, I want those green dots to be green. I don't want them to be red. I do not, I mostly look at the daily chart. There are times when I will go to that 3-bar chart and 60-minute chart looking for a 3/8 trap, especially maybe if you're bottom picking on a daily or something like that. But overall, I pretty much use just simply the daily chart. Now, another thing that I'm looking for is I want price to be up and down, all right? I hear this from a lot of people where, let me try to set this up here, looking for 3/8 trap. And in my personal opinion, this is not a 3/8 trap, okay? It's not what I'm going to call 3/8 trap. So maybe you have a trend going on. Maybe it's just flat. But what happens then is price comes down and then back up over the T line. This represents the T line here. It represents that T line. And so you have the 3 EMA maybe right here. Well, you've got price. I hear people say that that's a 3/8 trap. To me, it is not a 3/8 trap. The idea of a 3/8 trap is a chart trending, pulling back for rest, not pulling up, gasping for air. So that to me is not a 3/8 trap. Now, price can be between the 3 and the 8. If you're looking at it that way, in that dimension, just that by itself, yeah, you're right. It is trapped between the 3 and the 8. But I don't want price down here. I want price up here. I want price bullish. I don't want price bearish and begging for forgiveness. That's all that is to me. I want price bullish and resting, like this wolf right here. I think that's a pretty nice chart on wolf. Okay, so this is a 3/8 trap to me. Now, I'm going to change that 3 for a second back down to a low or last price. So, because I want to talk about this. There's nothing wrong with using this. And at one point this morning, it was an absolute 3/8 trap. So when I see things like this and it breaks out, to me, that is as golden as a 3/8 trap. I've got everything there. 3/8, here, let's see if I can do this. It is a 3/8 trap right there. And in this case, get another one. In this case, it broke out. Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's still a 3/8 trap. I mean, we want bullishness, okay? This is one reason I use the high, because I can see it pictured completely in that that space. Now, you guys all know I don't. What did I do? Oh yeah, I don't use the 3 up here anymore because it clutters my chart. And do you really need it? I mean, do you really need that right here to visually see it? And I would argue, no, you don't. It just messes my chart up. So that's why I don't use the 3 so much on my chart. I just simply, I can visualize it. Now, let's talk about this also in another way. Let me get this out of the way. There we go. One of my favorite scans, and I probably use it far more than an actual 3/8 trap, okay? And that is, I want price to be lower than the highest high in the past 5 days. Now, I use this scan 10 to 1 compared to a 3/8 trap. It will still give you 3/8 traps. It's just another way to get around the mountain. But it's a way that I feel I can get around the mountain and I don't have to be worried about where that 3 is, where the top line, where the top trap line is. Now, remember I said I don't use this anyway. I used to, but I realized, seriously, a trader that calls himself a trader needs to have that moving average up there to tell you that that's a 3/8 trap? No, you don't. And all it does is jerk around your chart and make it all scribbly and messy. So I don't do it. But what I do want is I want this to be less than this high. Now, you guys all know that my buy area is all through there. My buy, I'm not married to right in here. There's nothing wrong with that. And if we can find one there, I will, take advantage of that, but I'm not married to that. So I'm looking more of a buy that meets my criteria and the chart to move up is what I'm looking for, okay? So let's don't live on this one. Let's look at another one. Let's look at PANW maybe. Look at PANW. Look how we've rallied up and pulled back. All this through here is a 3/8 trap, all right? All that through there is going to be a 3/8 trap. Here, I'll put this back up and show you. All right, here we go. Now again, I have this set on the high, but if you want to set this on the last price, you can do that. Whatever works best for you. So you see there, anything under that pink line, you're actually a 3/8 trap. That's what it is. Now, it has to be above the T line, okay? I can only draw a square box here. So we're talking price that's pinched between that 3 right in here. So if you're going to live with the whole, well, I'm going to buy a 3/8 trap and, tight like that, you can't. You just, you've got to sharpen your pencil. You've got to be more on top of the charts, and absolutely you can, okay? Now, I don't particularly chase that, but when I want to run a cross run one, I'm very, very happy with that. This is all a 3/8 trap right here, okay? Look at this chart right here. That's a 3/8 trap, right? Wrong. It is not. Not in my opinion, okay? Now, was price between the 3 and the 8? Yes, it was. But I'm not looking for a chart that's gasping for air and hoping for life. Now, in this case, this one worked out. It's just not the setup that I'm looking for, that's all. I want a chart that's bullish and has backed down to rest, okay? Let's take a look at Macy's. Look at Macy's. Look at that pullback and 3/8 trap here. Let me pull this off. I'm actually gonna pull it off. Look at that 3/8 trap right in here. Okay. Nice trend. Here we pull back. There's your 3/8 trap. Now, if you can catch it nice and tight, that's great for you as a trader. Me, I'm looking for something simply in this area. When I'm looking for a trade, I'm looking for this to continue. This is where I want to make my money up here, not right here. I mean, and like I say, great. If I can buy it cheap down here and we run up, if I could even close half of it up here, make my goal, then good for me. Then I have that. I just don't particularly chase that compressed price in there. Okay, nothing wrong with it. I just don't chase it. UEC. Look at UEC. Now there's a nice compressed 3/8 trap right there. Nice trend. So here, let's count. Let's go by the numbers. Nice trend, right? Nice rally, pullback, 3/8 trap. The next thing I want to do is let's back this out. I want to come over here. I want to confirm that the market is bullish. You guys have heard me say this before. This is one of my favorite charts, if not my most favorite chart, right here. No price on it. It just shows me what the overall trend is doing. So I can look at that overall trend in the chart that I'm looking to trade. I can look at that overall trend in the market, and this is what I really like. We're bullish. We are still bullish. I want to make sure that everything is working in my favor. Okay. Let's take a look at some more. How about some McDonald's? Look at McDonald's. I can pull these up one right after another, and that's because of the tool I use with the scanner. I've got it set up to look for this type of chart right here. So here we rally up. There's your 3/8 trap. You can see your bullish trend. A lot of good momentum in here. Look at McDonald's right here. Take a look at that. Look how we rally up and pull back. My goodness. Gorgeous, man. Wouldn't you say? Gorgeous. Just a beauty. Look at that one right there. 3/8 trap right there. Beautiful. This is one. A little sloppy, but it is. A little 3/8 trap. Rally, 3/8 trap. Rally, 3/8 trap. Rally, 3/8 trap. It's exactly what I want to look for. Let's see if C is anything. Now, okay, C's coming up on my charts, but let's use our education, our common sense. Does that look like a chart you want to trade? I mean, it might be. Don't get me wrong. It might be. Not me. You know, if it started to break out, perhaps. But it is coming up. But you can see that this is not. And I did get this. You know what? I did get this off my 34 bounce. So this is not a true 3/8 trap scan. And see right there, that's not a true 3/8 trap to me. But I got this off a different scan. I should stick with the scan that I know is going to pull up the good ones for us for this video here. Look at iTub. Look at iTub right here. Beautiful. Nice move up. We're at our 3/8 trap. Look here. Right there, up. There's your 3/8 trap. Maybe right in here. I'm not sure that there's a buy signal here though, so that one might be a little unfair. But that's working. This is working. CLX. CLX. Anyway, this is my take on the 3/8 trap. Is there any questions on this? Let's see, Rick here, Rick B says, I use it to confirm the 3 EMA has stayed above the T line. Yeah, you know, thank you. Here's what I use, and I'm going to, I can't do this, can I? I'll have to do it this way. Here's what I use. Most all these I pulled from this scan here. That the C I pulled from over here. I should have done that. When I'm scanning, Rick, and I see what you're saying, and I see your point, and you are right. When I'm scanning, I use the Road to Wealth Fast Bull Trend, and what that does is the same thing you're doing. I just don't have to visually see it. In the scan, it's just already set that I'm looking for charts that are only that the 3 is above the 8 and the 8 is above the 17. So I'm doing exactly what you're doing. I trust the scanner. I just simply don't need the 3 on my charts. But it is being scanned with that 3 in there, okay? So I totally hear what you're saying. Totally hear. I'm just doing it a different way. Here's MS. Now this is coming off the 17. Whoops, that's not it. This is coming off the 17, the bounce. And the bounce is set up with a percentage. This happens to be a 3-8 trap here. Okay. Nice little 3-8 trap setting up. This is a nice little 3-8 trap. This here would not be a 3-8 trap. Not to me. It broke down. It has to come up now and prove itself again. I have no idea what SQ is looking like. SQ right here is a 3-8 trap right through here. Just like that. There's a 3-8 trap right in there. There's a 3-8 trap right in there. So number one is going to be the trend. The trend's got to be bullish. Number two, you want the bulls active and they rest. This is where we get that PBO, pullback opportunity. Once we pull back, this whole area becomes opportunity. We rally up. This whole area becomes opportunity when we pull back. Even right at the breakout, that's opportunity, okay? Because what that's doing is breaking out of the bigger trend to the next leg that keeps that bigger trend going. Make sense? Any other questions? If not, this will be about a 16-minute video, and I think this is what Ed wanted me to do, I believe. I hope. I'll kind of hold here for any questions, anything.